everyone. In this topic, we are going to explain deploying JasperReports server on EKS with AWS ALB. So the agenda is deploying JasperReports server on EKS with AWS ALB instead of HA proxy. By default, JasperReports server comes with an internal HA proxy load balancer which covers all the needs to route traffic to the proper pod. But for this scenario, we are deploying JasperReports server with application load balancer. To deploy JRS, we need two images, that is Jasper Server Web App and Jasper Server Buildomatic. If you want to know how to create these images, please refer the video creating Docker images for JasperReports server. Now let's move to the demo. So for this deployment, you'll find each and every step in the README file which is present under JS Docker repository. For that, you have to navigate to Jaspersoft container, KTest, JRS, and the README file. These are the prerequisites for deploying JasperReports server on EKS. In this scenario, we are deploying JasperReports server with AWS application load balancer. So the prerequisite is to have AWS load balancer into your cluster. Please refer the given guide for reference. For verifying the above deployment, please refer the given guide. As I have already deployed application load balancer in my cluster, let's check it. I have also deployed a sample application to verify the AWS load balancer control. So let's check it. Now let's deploy JasperReports server. As I have mentioned earlier, for this deployment you'll require two images, that is Jasper Server Web App and Jasper Server Buildomatic. If you want to know in detail, please refer the video creating Docker images for JasperReports server. Also, please make sure that before creating the images, you update the DB host value which is present in default master properties with your repository hostname. In my case, I am using a PostgreSQL in the same cluster. So using dbhost as repository postgresql.default.svc.cluster.local. As I have already created the images, let's have a look. Once the images are built, now we need to tag and push these images into the ECR. For that, first we need to create the ECR.
To create your ECR, log into AWS, go to Services and select ECR Service. Then create a repository. Provide the name and create repository. Once the ECR is created, let's connect to it. You can use the following command for connecting.
Here I am connecting to my ECR. Now let's connect to my ECR. Once it's connected, you need to tag and push the images to the repository. Here I am going to tag Jasper Server Web App. As it is tagged now, let's push the image. As you can see that the image for Jasper Server Web App has been pushed. Now let's tag Jasper Server Buildomatic. As Jasper Server Buildomatic image has been tagged, now let's push it. As you can see, now both the images are pushed.
As you can see, both the images are present in the ECR.
Now the next step is to update our values.yaml file with the tag and name of the images. Now let's update the values.yaml file which is present under KTS folder. Now the next step is placing your obtained license file under the license folder. As I have already placed my license under the license folder, let's have a look. Once it is done, next step is to generate key store and place them into key store folder. To generate key store, please refer the provided guide. Once the keys are placed in the key store folder, make sure to change the permission to 644 using this command. As I have already placed my keys in the key store folder, let's have a look. As we are done with key store, now Aishwarya will cover the other part of deployment.
Thank you, Divya. After generating the key store, you need to add dependency chart repositories on KTS path. As you can see here, I have added dependency chart repositories. As we are deploying Jasper Report server with application load balancer, so I have skipped adding dependency chart for HA proxy. Next, we need to update Helm dependencies. But before that, we need to update values.yaml and chart.yaml as we are deploying Jasper Report server with application load balancer. For that, users have to navigate to this section of README file. So, navigate to chart.yaml and comment out dependency on HA proxy chart. For chart.yaml, you just have to navigate to KTS folder under the JRS, Helm, and here you can see chart.yaml. So let's comment out dependency on HA proxy chart. Once you comment out, just save this file. Next is we need to update Helm dependencies. As you can see here, dependencies got updated. Next, we need to navigate to values.yaml and set service type to node port. You can find values.yaml under Helm folder. So I have set service type to node port. Next, you need to find ingress properties and replace sample annotations with LB specific. So let's add the annotations. This part is done now. After that, we need to install PostgreSQL chart. As you can see here, it got deployed successfully. You can also check pod status and make sure that it is up and running. So PostgreSQL pod is up and running. You can also get the PostgreSQL password using this command. As you can see here, password is Postgres. After Postgres SQL is up and running, we need to install JRS using this command. We can also check logs for pods. As you can see here, JRS got deployed successfully. We can also check pod status. Pods are up and running. After successful deployment, you can get the LB hostname by running kubectl get ingress. Once Jasper Report server got deployed successfully, you can also check under load balancer that it is showing type as application. You can connect to Jasper Report server using this URL. So let's access the JRS URL. As you can see here, JRS got deployed successfully. Thank you.